bust their head.
ODing on the beat, Narcan flow. Got my... We outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. One West, you stretch, do it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing, click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving halos, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up, all cause my delivery. I be on that prime shit, take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir, treat you like the Ukraine. Raid your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle, I got new aim. Fresh kick, spit with the blick, not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got that Ruger 5 and 7, that's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly, be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to roaring down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog, this the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big bursts of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty Mortal Kombat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother how to bid, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. My Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. Here's one west for that bag and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, yeah, we outside. There's one west on them corners and we outside. We outside with it.
Right, shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Brakathon. Yahushua Bashim Yahushua. You understand? To the brothers and sisters tuning in. Once again, you understand? This is Isupk. One West. Bear with me, Israel, for 1 second. You understand? I want to say the water again for the brothers and sisters tuning in. Really appreciate it for Lashawan Qadash class. You understand? So once again, I want to say the water to the brothers and sisters tuning in once again. Isupk, Lashawan Qadash. All right. If you're in right now, give me a like. Give me a like and a comment. A salute in the Hebrew if you could too. You understand? Salute in the Hebrew. All right. Once again, I'm Priest Officer 1000 Rosh Karab, holding it down every Friday night, Lord allow, for Lashawan Qadash. This is the class that you get your notebooks ready. You understand? Get them ready. All right. And learn. your actual language. You understand? Your holy tongue. You understand? That's what Lashawan Qadash means. In case you didn't know, is the holy tongue. All right. And this is exclusively for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right. This is a very, very special thing that we must uphold as a people. All right. So, like every class, we start off with alphabet. All right. No matter if you've been tuning in for 2 years, 10 years, or 1 week, you understand? We always go over the chart. The fundamentals is everything of learning your culture yet again. All right. All right. So we're going to start it off real easy and simple. So we have right here the Lashawan Qadash. And the breakdown, once again, translated as holy tongue. Holy meaning separate, tongue meaning language. So it's a separate language. You understand? What's like a holy language, rather. You understand? I just like how that sounds personally. Holy language. You understand? All right. Here's what you have right here. In the ancient, you have the la, the sha, the ya, and the na, the qua, the da, and the sha. All right. Now, these connectors that you see, that's upside down, looks like a upside down smile. All right. Those are single connectors. All right. And then more like the happy face kind of connector. Those are 2 words being joined together. So that's a connector. All right. Single connector, and these joining two letters. All right. Which connect both of them. All right. So to break it down, once again, it's the la, the sha, the ya, and the na is connected. All right. So how you pronounce it is la, sha, wan. La, sha, wan. All right. You have the ka, single connector, the da, and the sha connected. So it will be pronounced Qadash. Qadash. All right. And also, what you should know, the ancient Hebrew is read from right to left. All right. Right to left. Not English, not left to right. That we're all used to, Spanish, Portuguese, English, or whatever the case may be that we're used to, you understand, as Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. But this, you understand, this holy tongue, it is read right to left. All right. I know that could seem discouraging, like, oh man, I'm already jammed up. You can't think like that. Got a comment? Hey, Shalom, True Supreme, for tuning in. Most High in Christ. Now let's get down to the alphabet. So here's how we break down each word on how it sounds, okay? So first, this is the ancient Hebrew language, okay? So this is the ancient, all right? Then we're going to get to the Assyrian later, but this is the ancient Hebrew right here, the ancient. All right, so now I'm going to go through each letter and show you how it's pronounced. We got the the ba, ga, da, ha, wa. Z, ka. All right, that's ka. Ta, ya. Ka, la, ma. Na, sa, I. Pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, and tha. All right, it's not too complicated. All right. All right. It's not too complicated. Hey, Shalom Yahweh Shemar Shabbat Trooper. Welcome to tuning in. There you go. Good salute. All right. And that's how you pronounce each, you understand, letter in the ancient. All right. That's how you do it. In the bottom, this is the Assyrian Hebrew language, which is, okay, of course, it's the same thing, but just a few more things, you understand, that you have to know with the Assyrian. So the Assyrian, there is no connectors once you start writing words, all right? In the Assyrian, there's no connectors in the Assyrian, all right? Only in the ancient, this is the example right here, right? Only in the ancient, there's connectors. The Assyrian is not, all right? Also in the Assyrian, if this is your first time tuning in, you might want to learn this quickly, you understand? You might want to learn this because each Sabbath service, you may be called up to read if you know what I'm saying, if you're a trooper, you may get called up, Officer 50, definitely, you're going to be called up. So it will be wise to understand, just to learn the language, you understand? You got Tanakhs that you're going to be in the reading, okay? So let's go ahead and break it down. So of course the letters you see at the bottom correspond with the ones on top. So I'm gonna go over it again. B, D, W, Z, K, T, Y, K, L, M, N, S, I, P, T, Z, Kr, R, Sh, Th. All right, pretty much the same, but we have 5 letters right here. All right, we got 5 of them. Okay, now use these letters if letters above fall at end of word. All right, so what does that mean? So say you writing down lacum. Lacum ends with a ma. All right. So if you're writing the Assyrian, all right, you wouldn't write this ma down. You will write this one. All right. That's how the Assyrian works. All right. There's another word that ends with ka. You wouldn't write this ka. You'll write this one. Same thing for the na, the pa, and the taza. All right. That's how the Assyrian works. All right, simple as that. Shalom Yahweh Shema Shalom Shai. Welcome to tuning in, Most High in Christ. And the bottom is the handwriting, okay? The handwriting is something you get used to. You understand? You're going to contort your hands in a way you never did. Being used to English or Spanish, wherever you are used to. But it's easy. The more you practice, all right? So if you're new, I'm going to give you about probably 30 seconds. Then we're going to pick up where we left off for ordinal numbers. Ordinal numbers, all right? So we need like a little screenshot. You knew there'll be a lot of new people that come to Lashawan Qadash, so that's why I always give time. 20 more seconds, then we shall move forward. I also want to know if you're in the Chicago area, Lord allow you was safe, that your house was spared, you understand? I want to make sure our brothers and sisters are safe out there. I'm going to bring that out there again. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move forward. All right. Let's see, I think that is good right there. You know what? Let me do a little tweak. Bear with me 1 second to make that clear. Brothers and sisters. All right, that was better. So like everybody knows, last week, you understand, whatever the case may be, we were doing ordinal numbers. Or maybe like 2 weeks ago, we did the cardinal numbers, which means, you know, let's get the definition. Let's go ahead and get the definition of cardinal numbers that we did in the past. So the cardinal numbers are used to represent quantity and are used in counting. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 10. Now, of course, last week we stopped on ordinal numbers, all right, ordinal numbers. And once again, they indicate the order or position of something in a series, all right? An example, first place, second place. Give me my second book. Give me my, you know what I'm saying, my third set of keys, so whatever the case may be. A position of something in a series, all right? So those will be examples of ordinal numbers. Once again, this is where we left off. I'm gonna go ahead and go over this again, all right? This is something that you may not know you're gonna need. If I was you, I'd just write it down in a notebook, study. Then before you know it, you saying Shanya, Shalashia. You understand? Things like that, Rashwan. You understand? Simple as that. So let's go ahead and start off number 1, or rather 1st through 5th, and then we're going to pick it up to 6th through 10th. All right. So I have a chart format going on. This is a column for ordinal numbers. This is the column for Hebrew and English letters. All right. Then we have Assyrian Hebrew, then the Assyrian Hebrew, or ancient Hebrew rather. All right. So first, let's start with first. All right. first. And how you would say first is Ra'ashwan. All right, Ra'ashwan. Now let's break it down. The ancient. I love going to the ancient because it helps. You know, I think it helps you on how to pronounce it, the word rather than Assyrian, because you don't have connectors in Assyrian, especially if this is your first time learning the Lashawan Qadash. I always love doing the ancient so that it wouldn't be so hard to translate to the Assyrian. You understand? Just knowing how the Hebrew words are sounded, all right? So how you would say Rashwan, broken down in the ancient Hebrew, you have the Ra, single connector. You have the and the Sha connected. So that's Ash. You have the Ya and the Na, you understand, which creates Wan. All right, so all together is Ra, Ash, Wan. Ra, Ash, Wan. That's how you say first in the Hebrew. Ra, Ash, Wan. Okay. All right, so the second one. How you say second. All right, second. And it is Shanya. So you say second in the Hebrew. Shanya. All right, so broken down. You have the Sha, the Na connected, and then you have the Ya by itself. All right. So all together, you understand, is Shun Ya. Shun Ya. All right, that's pretty easy, pretty simple to understand. For second, Shanya. Next, we got third. All right, next we got third. This is a little bit of a tongue twister right here. You understand? So how you say third is Shala Yashya. Shala Yashya. That's how you say third. Shala Yashya. All right. So you say third. Now let's get it broken down. Sha by itself, La by itself. Then we have the Ya and the Sha connected, or rather the Ya and the Sha connected, which creates Yash, and then Ya by itself. All right, so all together, Sha La Yash. Sha La Yash. So you say third in Hebrew. All right. So now we got fourth place. And how you say fourth, another tongue twister, you understand, is Rabayo, is Wayabaya. All right. That's definitely a tongue twister. All right. So let's go ahead and break it down. So we have the Ba, you understand? Also like it, the Ra, single connector, Ba, you understand, single connector. Then you have the Ya and the I. That's Yai, all right? Then you have the Ya by itself. Notice the pattern, you understand? After Rashwan, every other, you understand, orderable number ends with Ya. You got to realize the little pattern, all right? There's a pattern going on. All right, but just to get back to the word, how you say it all together is Rabba Yaya. Rabba Yaya. All right? Practice that a few times. All right, so after that, we got fifth, the last one that we did for last week. How you would say fifth is Kamayashia. All right, Kamayashia. Ka. Make sure you say the ka like that, because there's another word in Hebrew that's just ka. You understand? You can't pronounce ka and ka the same one because it's two different ones. All right. So how you say ka is ka. All right. Make sure you do that. Now to break it down, you have the ka by itself. You have the ma, single connector. Once again, you have the ya and the sha connected, which creates yash. Then you have the ya by itself. So all together, ka ma yai yashia. Ka ma yashia. That's how you say fifth. All right. So once again, that's what we went over last week. I'm gonna give everybody a minute to go over that. It's gonna be very important to keep this in your notes because I'm gonna try, Lord allow, do a little quiz. Just write down numbers like 35. How do you say 35 in Hebrew? How do you say 16 in Hebrew? 22 in Hebrew. That'd be pretty good thing to do. Little test. Everybody got to say 1 minute. 1 minute. Tune in right now. Just make sure to like, share, subscribe, please. As our brothers and sisters know, they real language. Some of my brothers and sisters don't know that Spanish ain't our language, English is not our language, Portuguese ain't our language, or anything like that. As our brothers and sisters know, you understand that's a part of the 12 tribes of Israel, the real Hebrew, and not modern day Yiddish. Modern day Yiddish is just a bunch of, you understand? Modern day Hebrew, you understand, as what they call what the white man does. You understand, that's a dialect. You understand, with Yiddish, and I think Russian will mix with that. You understand? That's what they do for modern day Hebrew. It's not according to the rule. All right. 30 more seconds. Why not? You got a few amount of people in here. Have any questions for me? 10 more seconds, and we're going to move on. Going once, going twice, so moving on. Now, if you just tuned in, it's like, dang, I'm still writing. Go ahead, run the video, put it back. I got a question. Allow yourself, if I make you try Kahoot. Yeah, I've seen Kahoot. I might have to do that. Because that's actually a real great idea. If I can add Kahoot somehow. You know what, that'd be a great idea. The Wi-Fi idea, sister. I really appreciate that. All right. Now I gotta do Kahoot. All right, so let's go ahead and start. We did one, or rather, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. You understand? We did those ordinal numbers. Now, of course, I'm gonna finish the rest. Now, we start at 6. 6th place, all right? Let me write that in all caps. In all caps, remember. All right, and how do you say 6 in Hebrew? It will be Sa'ashia. Sa'ashia. All right. Oh, you know what? It's not. Little mistake. Shashaya. That's how you pronounce it. Shashaya. All right. Shashaya. Pretty easy. Look at the ancient and the Assyrian. Then we're going to break it down. Six. Shashaya. Shashaya. All right. This one's pretty easy. So we got 6. All right. 6th place. 6th place. For an example, all right, how you would say it is shashaya, shashaya. So easy. We got the sh right here. You understand? Then we have the sh. Then we have the ya. Simple as that. All single connectors. Let's fix that. So this one, so in this one, it's all single connectors. That's the thing about Hebrew. The more you write it, you know, some people may think it may be connected. It's usually the first syllable, then connected, but you know, not in this sense is real. The best way I can describe Hebrew, the more you read, the more you study, the more you can figure out on how a word is supposed to be said. For me personally, that's how I understood Hebrew. All right. So the word is shashaya for 6. Now, next one we have is 7th. Seventh. Now, here's how you say 7th in the Hebrew. Just write it down. It is a tongue twister. That's okay. I know y'all got it. For 7th. All right, and how you would say it is shabayaya. Shabayaya. That's how you say 7th. Shabayaya. Oh yeah, Con says you was right, yep. Oh, let me check my word. Yep, you spelled that correctly. Most High Christ, great job. For Shabayaya. Now let's go ahead and get it in the ancient and the Assyrian for Shabayaya for 7th. For Shabayaya. Oh, there we go. For Shabayaya. Now, let's go ahead and break it down. So we're on 7th, all right? 7th. You understand? So how you would say it once again is Shabayaya. Now it's broken down in the Assyrian. Excuse me. You have the sha by itself. You have the ba. Excuse me. You have the ba by itself. You have the ya and the I connected. So that's yai. All right, that's yai. Then you have the ya by itself. Okay. Now all together, shabayaya. Shabayaya. Simple as that. That's a breakdown for 7. All right. All right. So most on the credit. So we got Princess Nakal jumping into class. 8th is Shamayanya. Okay, most on credit. So you have been studying. Wow. That is correct. For 8th. All right, so the next one is 8th. How you will write it down and say it. All right. Also, another tongue twister was Shamayaya. Check, check, check. Sloggy Israel for that. All right, check 1 2 1 2. Sloggy about that Israel. All right, give me a one if you can hear me. One if you can hear me. I'm gonna start that over again for eighth. All right, check, check, check. All right, boy, break it down again. All right, so eighth, and how you would say eighth, you understand, in the Hebrew, is Shamayanya. All right, Shamayanya. All right, most on Christ, for the audio. That's how you say eighth, Shamayanya. Now, let's go ahead and write it down in the ancient and the Assyrian. If you learn something, definitely share it on your Facebook, share it on your social medias. Let our people know something that they don't know. Since there's somebody that think they know Hebrew. Okay. And get them right. All right, so boom, there we go. All right, Shamayanya. Now let's go ahead and break it down. Some other one. All right, so eighth. How you say eighth once again is Shamayanya. Shamayanya. Here's the breakdown. You got the sh right here. The ma, single connector also. The ya and the na, which creates yun. Then you have the ya by itself. So all together, Shamayanya. Shamayanya. That's how you say eighth. All right, we are almost done. Almost going to the 10th. So quickly. That's 8. Now let's go on to the 9th. All right, so 9th. Right, so how do you say 9th in Hebrew? Let's go ahead and write it down first. All right. Thashayaya. That's how you say 9th. Thashayaya. All right. Once again, I want everybody to recognize the pattern of every word after Lashawan, which is first. Every other word, you understand, ends with ya. All right. Ya. So how you say 9th again is Thashayaya. Thashayaya. All right. Most on Christ says you was right. That is how you say 9th. You've been studying. You've been studying. Most on Christ. There you go. That's the right spirit to be in. All right. So now let's go ahead and get the Assyrian and the ancient for 9th. All right. Lashawan. One thing too, I want to say, learn a new language. Usually they say the younger the brain, the easier it is to pick up another language. You understand? Just want to say, if you study, you can easily pick up on this quicker than you think. You understand? Way quicker than you think. Right? All right, so we got it down. Let's go ahead and break it down. So we have ninth, all right, ninth. And how you would say it is Thashayaya. Thashayaya, right? Let's break it down. This is the th. We have the th, single connector. Then we have the sh, single connector as well. We have the ya and the I connected. So that's yai. All together, that would be yai. Then we have the ya, once again by itself. So all together, it will be Thashayaya. All right? Thashayaya. That's how you say ninth. All right? Ninth in Hebrew. Once again, if you do it again, these are ordinal numbers. Ordinal numbers, once again, we have the definition. It indicates the order or position of something in a series. First place, second place, third place. My first book, my second book, my third book I wrote, for an example, or whatever the case may be. All right. These are ordinal numbers. All right. So, since I took over the Lashawan Qadash class, I started with body parts in Hebrew. Now we're down to numbers. Once again, I'll probably do a Kahoot thing in the near future. I think I want to do nouns like dog, cat, pencil, hat. I think I want to do nouns in the future too in Hebrew. Understand? So always studying. I'm always studying new ways that our people can implement this easy to their daily life. All right. Really, when you come into the truth, you come to classes, you're gonna be taught on how to say thank you, the water. You understand how to say, hello, shalom. You understand, which means peace. You understand? You come to the truth, you're gonna automatically pick up on the language that we use, the salute, things like that, the prayers. You understand? So we try to implement simple things that our people can just pick up on and just say. All right, now, of course, we're on the last one, which is 10. Now, I'm going to test everybody. You've been listening to the you understand, the announcements after class. All right. After class, it's a brother that reads the announcements, and it's a word. You know what? I'm going to spoil it. I'm going to write it down. I think y'all know it as soon as I say it. 10th. All right. 10th. This is something that you do too with tithes. You understand? If you're really in the school, you pay your tithes. And this is the word right here, 10th. All right. So let's go ahead and write it down, and I'm going to say it. Aishara. Aishara. All right. That's how you say 10th in the Hebrew. You understand? Aishara. That's 10. Yep, you was right. Most High Christ says you was right. That's 10. All right, Most High Christ. Oh, let me double check the spelling. Yep, you was right. Most High Christ. Aishara. All right. Now, let's go ahead and get it the Assyrian and the ancient Hebrew. Yeah, I'm buying the wrong box. Aishara. This is the 10th in the Hebrew. This is what you pay 10% every week to the school of the Isupk to support the real priests and prophets. 10% of all your increase, all right? Aishara. You pay your 10th. All right, Most High in Christ. Now let's go ahead and break it down. Once again, we have 10th, all right? How you say it is Aishara. You understand? Aishara. All right, so that's how you would say it. Matter of fact, this is definitely a tongue twister. You understand? So how you would just say it is Aisharaya. Aisharaya. All right. Aisharaya. So slightly about that Israel again. Let's go ahead and break it down in the ancient. So we have the I is by itself. The Sha is by itself. We have the Ya and the Ra, which creates Rai. And we have the Ya by itself. So it's a Ya. Do not forget for each syllable, okay? Do not forget each syllable. I know it may sound different with the announcements, but I know how you would say this is Aisharaya. Aisharaya. That's the correct way to say it. So like about that Israel again. Aisharaya. All right. Once again, after Ra'ashwan, which is first, every ordinal number ends with Ya. Remember that. That's a big one. It all ends with Ya. All right, so we made it down to the end of the ordinal numbers. Israel, Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. So I'm gonna go over them again real quickly, real swift like. Repetition always stays with the brain. The more you do something, the more you pick up on it easily. So I'm just starting again. And once again, I'm gonna start the definition. Once again, this is ordinal numbers, all right? Ordinal numbers. All right, and the definition of it is it indicates the order or position of something in a series. All right, once again, you run it in first place, you run it in second place, third, or it can mean, once again, indicate the order, my first book, my second book, my third book, or anything like that. My first sword, my second sword, my third sword. All right, that's the order of things. All right. Now let's go ahead and go over it real quickly. 6. All right. So 6 in Hebrew is Shashaya. All right, Shashaya. Once again, Shah by itself, Shah by itself, and the Ya is by itself. So you pronounce every syllable for the Hebrew. Shashaya. Next, we got 7. All right, 7 is Shabayaya. All right, Shabayaya. I will say it is Shabaya, and the I is connected. So that's Yai and Ya by itself. So all together, Shabayaya. All right, that's 7th. 7th right there. Now let's go at 8th. 8th. All right, it's Shamayaya. You understand? It's Shamayaya. Oh, it's like Sharabaya. That's for 7. You understand? Once again, these tongue twisters, this bigger than this. So 7 was Shabayaya. 8th is Shamayanya. All right, Shamayanya. All right. Once again, you have the Sha by itself, Ma by itself, the Ya and the Na connected, which is Yun. Then the Ya by itself. 9th. You understand? We have 9th. That's Thashayaya. Thashayaya. All right. So real quickly, Th by itself, Sha by itself, So we are back on. Bear with me, Israel, about that. But once again, so we did all the order of numbers today, this week. You understand? Throughout for tuning in for the series that we had going on. Just want to say, once again, tune in to every Friday for the Lashawan Qadash class. Take back your language. Go ahead and study and basically know your language, know your heritage, man. Know what you truly, just know what your ancestors spoke before any colonization came to your ancestors. You understand? But once again, it doesn't stop there. Tune into the Round Table of Truth. That's after the podcast around 8:30 p.m. Tune in with Captain Quad and the rest of the captains of the Isupk in Chicago. You understand? And with that, Israel, that's my time. Shalom.